And we are back from a crash, hoping that this time things will be a little bit better. I have made some tweaks to some things on my end to hopefully reduce the load on the machine, because I think that might be what's going on. There was a question while I was gone about whether I figured out what the cause was, and no. As far as I can tell, there is no cause. Might just be the video card getting old. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, like this is the old computer that I was having problems with, but one of the reasons it was having problems was because I had a capture card in it, and the capture card is not in it anymore. But the video card might be just having issues, or the driver might be bad, or I don't know. So we are going to get a new ad break, unfortunately. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. So yeah, I don't know what's causing the occasional crashes that we're getting. Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. We are going to hope that things work out okay. I do not have as many programs running now as I did before, and that might have something to do with it. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so yes, we are on the third floor. Flip that over. Like, nothing ends up going in the event log because it's the driver crashing. It's not a Windows process. So I was not able to see any conflicts. There's no updates for the driver. I can't try upgrading to Windows 11, so... And if this stops working, I honestly don't know what I would be able to do for Lego building. So hopefully it'll be okay, though. So how's everyone doing today? Better than my computer, I hope. It's probably not too difficult these days. Like, I really wasn't having too many issues with the computer before. At least not, like, it seemed like everything was fine for it. At least in regards to basic stuff. I mean, this is a machine that I used to record Crusader Kings 2 on, so... I don't know. Could it be my camera's software having some disagreement with things? It could be. But I had this camera before. I mean, anytime you got graphics and drivers and stuff like that, there can be conflicts. That's part of the problem. Yes, we had technical issues. We're back and hopefully okay. So I would rather not have to abort to the stream like I did a few weeks ago. Yes, it's back up, Big Mac. It's a newer camera, but it's not totally new. I did not get a new camera for this physical setup. I've been thinking about it, but Good cameras are expensive. Oh, there is the wedge plate. Get our 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. It's interesting that sometimes it uses gray ones and sometimes it uses white ones on the underside. Wonder if that's just because they didn't have white ones in production at the time. Alright, there we go, and this will... Nope. So it's not a, it's not an overloaded processor thing. All right, I'm gonna stop the local recording and see what that does. You know what? I think I did change my recording settings, and that might have had something to do with it. I might be using a different encoding setup, and that might be a problem. I will look at that after the stream. I've stopped the local recording, so I'll have to download the VOD. But we'll see how it goes now. If it crashes out again, then I don't know what we do. Because I would hate to be, like, to stop in the middle of building this. Different codec for the local save compared to the stream? That I'm not sure of. I don't remember what I set it to. These settings should be set and forget. Don't have to worry about it again. So I'm not sure what the issue is there. Getting endless ads? Well, they should be done now. It's AMD. It's a pretty old one at this point. I mean, if we don't have any more crashes now that I've stopped the local recording, then that's something that I can just do, is not record locally and download the VOD. I don't like doing that because any network hiccups can cause issues with the VOD that you wouldn't have with the local recording. But if I have no choice. I mean, I might consider looking into a replacement, but I would be looking at something old. I don't, and I mean, prices are terrible right now. Like, absolutely. Like, I love getting emails from Micro Center, and it's like $4,000 for a graphics card. And I'm like, You know, that's a fat no from me, sir. So we'll just see if things are better without local recording. If that is the case, I may look to see about changing the settings for that. Some of that, but I think it's mainly RAM prices are going through the roof, Big Mac, because the AI companies are buying them in, like, pre-buying them in large numbers. Basically, like, they've been ordered for the next year or more. Yeah, it's an extremely obscene price, and it's so ridiculous. It's all because of god-awful AI data centers. What's my current card compared to a GeForce RTX 2060? I do not recall on this machine. Hit me up in Discord, PM me, and I will look it up. After the stream, I mean. Come on, straighten out. I'm not playing curling. You don't need to curl pieces. I mean, the card that I'm using was not top of the line when I got it anyway. I just needed something that was gonna work. My previous card, I think, had issues. I don't remember the details. Well, I want a Lego curling rink. I don't know why Lego hasn't done that yet, you know? I'm actually genuinely surprised that they have not done, like... So they did a Team GB, Team Great Britain, collectible minifig series for the UK years ago. But I'm kind of surprised that they haven't done a generic winter athlete and summer athlete collectible minifig set. Thank you very much for those bits, Mad Rhapsody. The bits were definitely not the cause. I can guarantee that. I mean, they do have, you know, they've done athletes and stuff like that, and there was even a kind of a Paralympian not too long ago. But yeah, like I think that just a, you know, I mean, if they're gonna do a set of animal costumes, I think they could do, you know, athletes. I kind of feel like athletes would be slightly more wider interest than animal costumes. What I'm saying is I want a Lego curling figure. Is that so wrong? All right, I'm guessing that this is going to be in the front. Not even a real artist. What are you talking about? If you do art and you like art, you're a real artist. You don't have to do it professionally or something to be, or get published or anything like that to be considered a real artist. That's why we say professional. You just amateur, that's fine. That's still being an artist. That is still being a real artist. The fake artist, see, here's the thing, here's one of the reasons why I want to make this distinction, Lel Bunny, and why I think it's very important. There are fake artists out there. They use AI. Only thing that defines what a pro is getting paid for it. Sort of. Like, I mean, it's going to depend on stuff like that, but I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that. Because I think there's a fair number of amateur people who also get paid for it. Alright, so that is that bag down. Alright, so spare parts. We got a flesh 1x1 tile and a light azure 1x1 tile, white 1x1 plate, and white 1x1 tile with round end. It helps to follow people who are into real art, I think. Like, I will say this about Blue Sky. I follow a lot of artists who chat with each other a lot, and they're very, like, many of them are very joyful about the community, kind of thing. That ends up coming out of that. Like, a lot of people are using AI to write things, but I'm not letting that get me down about my D&D writing. I think you can only get a stream streak once per day. So I think if someone does legitimately 2 streams per day, I don't know that you would get a second stream streak bonus. But I am not positive. Dark green macaroni tiles, that's very nice. Always nice to get dark green tiles. Where's dark red? There's dark red. You only really use AI to help get ideas out of your head because you could bankrupt nations with the amount of character ideas you will never get to play. Also, you suck when it comes to drawing things that are meat-based. I mean, I'm not... Like, for personal use, if someone wants to use it personally, then I'm not going to say anything. And again, I don't know exactly how you're using AI, but for me, the way that I use it for writing, which is kind of technical, it's a sort of technical writing. The writing process is part of the thinking process, and not, like, turning that over to AI would definitely stunt my thinking process. By the same count, I believe if you miss a segment because of tech issues, you can retain your streak same day. That is good. Like, I would rather be dog slow about my production than... but it all be still mine. Alright, let's make a little lamp. I do really like that they use the cupcake pieces for lampshades. That's adorable. You've tinkered enough with AI as a writing tool to understand that it's honestly just kind of bad. It can be helpful for some tasks, but it has no true voice. Its voice is out of an amalgam. Yeah. An AI can't add all your neuroses to your work. No, it'll just try to make you kill yourself. And we don't want that. Kind of piss at people who attribute M dashes to AI. Yes, no, those people need to sit down. Those are people who have not learned proper typesetting. They can sit down until they learn proper typesetting. Don't give me this garbage about M dashes are indicative of AI. All right, Minor Trader, have a good rest of your night. Thank you very much for coming on out. It's not this, it's this style of prose? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe I'm blessedly unaware of what AI is doing. Not only do I use M dashes properly, I use N dashes properly. Okay, I guess I shouldn't put those on first. Tried using ChatGPT once 2 to 3 years ago to write some online fantasy wrestling match. Turned out so poorly, you deleted and completely wrote it yourself. Never, never again. Yeah. No, it's... When it first came out, I was like, well, let's see what this can do. Wow, that is super generic. I could do this myself. And I can, and I do. All AI confirmed. I mean, this is coming from the guy who says he's not a rogue AI. Indicating that he is clearly an AI. Alright. A little bed. Get that right there. Someone used to make an argument more, what's the word, like firm? Your brain isn't braining. Can't think of the phrase you want here. Also have a writing project 8 years in the making. Hey, Vigastry, I semi-finished a writing project that I was working on for 15 years, so, you know. You too can sort of finish. I need to go back and edit it. That's what I need to do. Hey, not everything is garbage. Look at all the students doing walkouts. That ain't garbage. All right, so these studs are not supposed to line up here. ChatGPT has this weird obsession with calling things real or grounded when attempting to churn fictional prose related to emotion. So one of the problems that you're going to encounter with anything like that that's algorithmically based is that if you have something where 49% say one thing and 51% say it another way, it's going to virtually always do the 51%. Because it is looking at what is, what happens most often, how do most people speak, type, write, whatever. Ergo, 51%, that is the way that it goes. Even before the current phase of AI, you had other things where that used similar but less advanced types of machine learning, and it would do a thing where most nurses, for translation, a word, another language translating into English, another language that has the same word for nurse and doctor, it basically just means medical practitioner. When talking about women, it translates it as nurse. When talking about men, translates to doctor, because there's a greater majority of them are, doctors are male to female kind of thing, and more nurses are female. So because if it's just 51%, it always goes in that direction, because that is the majority. And it doesn't have the ability to analyze kind of more complex nuance than that. Get a little table in front of the comfy chair. No good new music. Music really helped get the muse going. Well, I think you gotta just, like, look for things that you like. I mean, like, does it have to be new music, or can it be new music to you? I found some great new music over the past few years, and not all of it is new. It's just new to me. Maybe why you're so into pre-40s music lately? Yeah. Listen to some things that you haven't before. Kind of thing. All right, there we go. Got a little table with a old-timey radio on it. That goes right there. All right, so spare parts, 1x1 tiles in dark green and white, 2 L bar in gray with stop, and a black on black lever. There's a song from Expedition 33 that basically wrote a scene summary that you still need to get up to in the actual story once you get out of your writing hiatus. Yeah, that I've heard really good things about the music in that game. I don't think that I would particularly enjoy playing that game, but I have been meaning to check out the music. Follow a bunch of DJs on Twitch now in search of new stuff. I mean, I do play some games that surprise people. There are some action games that I like. Your understanding is they compress the soul out of the music for downloading it. My ears aren't very good, so I don't know that I would be able to tell, honestly. Like, you have to really compress music for me to really start noticing it. I love music, but I don't have a great ear for it. Just got caught up on Final Fantasy X. Now you're watching my Baldur's Gate 2017 edition. Fair warning, there is a missing episode there. My recording borked, and I didn't notice that it borked until my VOD had already expired. Luckily, that doesn't happen anymore. You want to play Legend of Dragoon, but you know you're not that good? I think you could play that one even if you're not that great, though. That is on my list to play eventually. Already sees that. Yeah, I was very displeased when that happened, when I realized that happened. My Sega Pirates Gold stream was interesting. It was fun to play. I was not very good at it, but, you know, it's fun to play. Alright, 1x4 brick there. Another brick, 1x4 and 1x6. Yeah, it's 1x12. Alright. Where is what? Not a rogue AI. I did watch him play it, but there's a big difference between watching someone play a game and playing it yourself. I haven't watched every single one of his playthroughs of it, but I've watched many of them. I enjoy his playthroughs. They're fun and amusing. Been watching a lot of Phantasy Star stuff too. Also on my agenda to play. Also on my agenda to play. Already says, ooh, to all play all Phantasy Star. Even a Patreon threat. That's no threat. Kind of surprised that Kiko hasn't done Phantasy Star 1. Phantasy Star 1 through 3 are very different games than 4. I think 4 is the most accessible of the games in terms of gameplay and stuff like that. Found a translation of the Japanese version of Phantasy Star 1 so that you can play it without the ear-splitting Master System audio. But is it as bad as PC Speaker? It's not far off. I mean, if you want exceptional PC speaker, Ultima 4 is your destination. Put it this way, get into combat in the original US copy of Phantasy Star, then do the same in the Japanese version. Did they change the sound chip for the US console? They did? Ah, yeah, alright. That explains it. Well, then I wonder if someone hacked the game. There might be a hack of the ROM to play the Japanese audio on an emulator. Trying to watch a Zerfall series of an ancient game is a gamble about whether the audio will be ear bleeding. Yeah, some games have wonderful audio, don't they? Oh, I think this is going to be a bathroom here. Zeliard's PC speaker music was damned good. I mean, it could be done. It could be done. It just wasn't always done. And sometimes it's not so much the music as the sound effects also. I think what they did was remove the FM synthesizer chip for the North American SMS. It meant they had to recode all the music and sounds to use the sound noise channels. I mean, as long as the emulator can play both Japanese and American games, as long as you don't need a separate emulator, which I don't think I've heard that you do, you can just rip the music from one and put it in the other. There's probably a ROM hack for that. It's actually fairly common these days, Lil Bunny. Kind of surprised that there is no, like, there doesn't appear to be any talk of Phantasy Star Remastered, because that is one of the big Japanese RPG series. Especially once you get to Phantasy Star Online. Wouldn't download a car, would you? Why would you download a ROM? I would download a car, actually. If I could download a car, I would definitely download a car. The toilet is made from a Lego street sign and a Lego life preserver. Hey, there we go. Checking out interesting ROM hacks, so you're okay with the retranslation of Phantasy Star 1? Oh, no, I mean, I get that. I wasn't saying otherwise. And Tom Brown subscribed to Tier 1 for 64 months. Thank you very much. How much did much ice melt? In the streets, kinda. The stuff that had already been like driven over and stuff like that, that's going fast. Stuff on roofs, that's going pretty fast. But all of the piled up stuff, that's staying around for a while. All right, here we go. We got our potty. Love to see all 4 games given a full remaster, but they would have to keep the classic manga-like style of the PS4 cutscenes. Well, I'm thinking of like a pixel remaster type thing. I mean, I don't actually know how the Final Fantasy pixel remasters went, but I assume they went well. They sold well enough. Still need to play those? They're pretty fun. Although I do have lots of complaints about the FF2 engine or mechanics. Probably not the mechanics the way that you might think. No, I'm specifically talking about the Pixel Remaster FF2 mechanics, not the FF2 mechanics. There's a difference. I need to go replay the Game Boy Advance version again. Could I elaborate? Okay, so, number one, you can't lose stats anymore. Which basically means that there's no downside at all to making everyone do everything. Number two, you automatically gain hit points over time, as opposed to having to take damage. I think both of those are bad changes. In my NES translated playthrough, I beat the game with like everyone around 1,000 hit points, give or take. In the Pixel Remaster, everyone had 4,000 hit points. There we go. So we got our toilet with our toilet paper and a little sink and mirror. FF2 remake for Game Boy Advance did the no stat loss too? Boo. I like the way that a lot of the others did, ended up doing it. But that to me is killer. I do not approve. Like, you don't have to hit your own party members to gain hit points. It just is a more controlled way of doing it. Oh, like, it would be very easy to get even higher. I wasn't, like, doing a whole lot of grinding on stream and stuff like that. But that's just more of a, like, an example of the difference, because the enemies I don't think were particularly harder. Kind of thing, if that makes sense. Kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics? What do you mean? Oh, you mean, like Final Fantasy Tactics until your party all learned focus from fundamentals? Oh, so you, like, at throwing stones at each other. Right. Oh, no, yeah. That's, I mean, that's the fun way of doing it. That's an amusing way of doing it. One thing that I really liked about the original Final Fantasy Tactics Ogre, I'm sorry, is that everyone could throw a stone. If you ever needed a little bit of XP, there weren't job points in that. There was just XP. But if you needed a little bit of XP, you could just toss a stone. Still want to figure out how to either mod or edit a save game for an Oops All Dragon Friends run? Don't do the dragons not just breed all the time? Because standard Final Fantasy Tactics, once you get Boko, there's Oops All Chocobos. And that should happen with the other monsters, too? They do. Rams are retired with quite the army of dragons to start his dragon petting zoo at post-game. But did you get any of the pigs? There's an actual reason to get lots of monsters in Final Fantasy Tactics Ogre, but I'm not going to mention it because Lel Bunny will not be happy with me if I do. They didn't spawn. Ah. It does take a long time to actually try to get those. Not meat shields, not a rogue AI. You weren't super keen on poach grinding for loot. I mean, it's very much not necessary. It's very much not necessary. Tactics Ogre does have something similar, though. Definitely did not 100% FFT. Still had a fun experience. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Still waiting for more Ogre Battle or Tactics Ogre. Well, I do have the Game Boy Advance game to play one of these days. And I do have both the remaster of Tactics Ogre and Final Fantasy Tactics to play. There's actually a Tactics-style Journey to the West game that I would like to play one of these days as well. I can never remember what it's called, though. Tactics Ogre. Love and fight alongside your friends, then kill them and turn them into swords. Darn right. Why is there a hole in the floor? Yeah, this is an upper floor. That's a stairway. Well, I don't know that game very well. Sayuki Journey West? That might be it. It's pretty adorable. I probably won't play Disgaea. For all the reasons that you can probably think of. When you had Lego, the window glass was pre-installed. Oh, it wasn't all that way, but yes, there was a lot of that. But see, now they have different colors. They have lattice pieces that you can use. Lots of different things to go inside. And sometimes they just use the frames as rectangular openings. Too grindy. Too grindy. Alright. So we get that in here. Get this one in here. There we go. It's not quite rounded, but get nice angled windows on the toilet. All right, spare parts. Blue 1x1 cylinder plate, gray 1x1 cylinder plate with bar, and white 3L bar. A Lego toilet, yep. In a well-windowed room. All right, there we go. Spread these out. Okay, bag number 19. We are getting a corner plate down there. I think all would have fun going through Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy War. I mean, some of the Fire Emblems might be on the table eventually as well. There's only so many games that I've played before that I can LP. I mean, I have already played quite a few games that I have never played before, but the point still stands. All right. Lime green book. And a purple book, and a red book. Turn it up, and we get a dark pink shorty brick, and a trans light blue gem, and a geode. Geode with orange. There we go. Okay, and that goes right there. Now for the other one, we've got a coral pink book. A blue book, and a lime green tile book. Okay, then we have a goblet. Clear 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. For a vase. 3-stem plant, and not light blue. Lavender. 1x1 plate flower. Get that on there. Let's actually snooze that ad for a little bit. All right. Get all of the windows. I'm pretty sure we're doing all of them. Citrus geode? It's more a citron geode. Howdy, Kinshire. How's it going? Getting some lovely lake effect snow. Okay, get the windows in there. Seems like Fire Emblem would be a bit of a banner saga for me? What do you mean? You mean the chance of losing people? Banner Saga has built-in Iron Man. Fire Emblem does not. And there we go. Get that on there. Need to finish Banner Saga or watch someone finish it? Well, I haven't played 3 because 2 was one of the worst performing LPs on my channel of all time. I really liked it. Well, I love the art and music in Banner Saga. I didn't care so much for the combat system. But they definitely could have turned that into an animated movie. A few hours to go. Other parts of the area might be getting some snow. The exact wind direction really affects things. Yeah. We are actually 40 degrees Fahrenheit right now at 8 p.m. That is crazy. Like, I cannot tell you how long it's been since we have been this warm. Should focus on work, dumb responsibility? Bah. What are they going to do? I wasn't blaming you. I'm just describing why I haven't played 3. Like, I think it's a real shame that it did so poorly on my channel. And it might not do so poorly now, but I don't know that I want to take that risk. Okay, there we go. Get some flowers outside the windows. Oh, it's a gorgeous game. It really is. Or series, I should say. Like, I really do absolutely adore the art style. And the mythology was great. The characters were interesting. Like, it's got a lot going for it, but I don't know how well they sold. I think 1 sold well. I don't know about 2 and 3. Possibly not very well, considering how poorly the LPs did. I mean, I should say, like, relative, like, they did poorly relative to when I was doing them. Some of my early LPs didn't do well, but I was also... Ah, okay, yes, that is different. Not as big of a channel, then, kind of thing. It was popular enough to get a board game Kickstarter, but did it complete? Like, was it a successful Kickstarter? Or did they just try it? It was successful. Oh, you have it. Oh, nice. I don't pay much attention to board games, so... where is this going? Okay. Have you played it, or at least like looked at the rules? Does it seem like it would be fun to play? That, yeah, I mean, like I said, Low Bunny, everything did better than. I mean, like by the time Divinity was wrapping up, it may not have been super duper great, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that did better. You buy board games in the eternal hope you'll find a club to play them with. That's fair enough. I figured it was something like that, I mean. Maybe I should look into it, because my family does like to play board games at holidays. I don't think I'd want to play a board game solo. Just feels kind of sad. You have video games for that anyway? The success of other creators' LP of a game might affect view count in yours. That is true. This was a while ago though. The algorithm wasn't quite as harsh as it is now. I think it was just more that the people who were following me at the time and discovering my channel at the time didn't have any interest in the game. And that's fine. I mean, obviously, like, not everyone is going to be into everything. Play Monopoly as every player, practicing multiple personality disorder. You wanted to design a board game? You got the idea and some rule specifics, but you don't know? I mean, give it a shot. Worst case scenario is that it doesn't go anywhere. You can always try selling the idea or licensing the idea to a company that makes board games. Howdy, Bahamut. How's it going? Alright, let's get all of these tiles in. There you go. Once pondered making a sort of fantasy version of Space Hulk? Why do I have two of these? Why do I have these two? Oh, that would be why. I legit thought that was the end. Sort of a board game of the classic dungeon crawl video games. So you mean like Hero Quest? Alright, spare parts. Gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Lavender 1x1 plate flower. And a trans light blue gem. Okay. So, that gets on right there. Ooh. Oops. Bumped my light. There was a hair stuck in between some bricks. There we go. That's very nice. Okay. So next up, we are actually going to the roof of that section as opposed to the other section. Ice cream sandwiches. I'm a rebel. I'm opening it from the bottom. Dark blue. Nice. All right. 2x16 and a 1x4. Two by two, a 2x4. That banish thing Seymour did in that battle hurt, just so you know. Did it? Did it? Are you sure? Are you sure? I don't know. Alright, flip it over. 2x4, 1x2. Tempted to sort some more magic cards, but Kitty is happy on lap. Well, you just gotta learn how to sort magic cards while Kitty is on your lap. There we go. Alright, 4x4 and a hinge. Yeah, I've never actually played Space Hulk. I've known about it for years, but just never played it. Can't say that I know anyone who did. Who had it. Alright, and that goes right on there. Being forcefully unsummoned hurts? Well, just don't summon then. Don't let yourself be summoned. I have played Hero Quest. I had a friend who had that back in the day. Same friend who had a week-long game of Civilization, the board game. At least one. Right, there we go. Get that there. Lock it in with a 1x2 with round end. Nope. I've never played Settlers of Catan. The Civilization board game legit took a week to play. After school. For a couple hours. I mean, it might not take that long for adults to play. I don't know. But it was a very long game. Careful with settlers, the wars that have been fought over sheep. Oh, I'd totally play it. Again, I just haven't known people who have that and wanted to play it. What kind of game is Civilization as a board game? A very complex one. You expand, you conquer, you get technologies through cards, if I remember correctly. Oops, 2x3 goes on there. It's a lot of 3x3 corners here. Argue over rules before someone flips a board? No, I don't think that ever happened. I mean, like, I don't really remember the specifics. I do remember it being tons of fun. Alright, then right up here we have a 1x3 arch. 1x1 brick. 2x2 cylinder plate with center stud. And a 1x1 cheese slope, literally. It's got a Swiss cheese design on it. Why is Swiss cheese in like animation and stuff like that always yellow when Swiss cheese is white? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Because it makes it stand out better? I don't care, though. It's not accurate. as a fan of Swiss cheese, I demand accuracy in my ridiculous animation. I demand accuracy in my Looney Tunes. Which Swiss cheese all? There are hundreds of Swiss cheeses. There is one in America, and that is Swiss cheese. Okay. Oh, I grabbed the wrong 1x2. Not that it matters, really. Both of these are hidden, but might as well get it proper. There's a reason that pizza looks better animated than in real life. Does it, though? I don't know. I think pizza in real life looks pretty darn tasty. Alright, spare parts. Dark blue 1x1 plate. 1x1 tile slope with Swiss cheese printing. Alright, bag number 21. You don't know that you've seen pizza with canned cream corn on it? That looks worse than animated pizza. But what if it's animated pizza with canned cream corn on it? Not a rogue AI. If you're going to play that game of finding one example of one dish that, in that one instance, does not look better than an animated version of not that dish, then two can play that game. I'm pretty sure I could animate some pizza that does not look good. If we're going to play that game. Nobody makes animated pizza with canned cream corn because animation has industry standards. That doesn't apply to independents. I could absolutely make animated pizza with creamed corn. Canned cream corn, specifically. I mean, some people might like it, Low Bunny. I mean, some people like pickles. There we go. That, and then we get one on the other side. People eat grapefruit for breakfast? Yeah, well, those are smart people. I loved it when we'd get grapefruit and I'd have some for breakfast. That was good times. Couldn't imagine regular corn having much of a taste impact on pizza, but cream corn is just bleh. There we go. Get that on there. Alright, nothing going there just yet, apparently. Okay, for over that, we get... these two. It's what some call American pizza, cream corn. I don't know that anyone does, though. I've never heard of that before. Some Japanese people do corn chowder on pizza. The only canned cream corn was a European pizza you saw claiming to be American style. I mean, the Japanese also put mayonnaise on a bunch of things that should not have mayonnaise on them, which is everything, but you know. I had some great pizza in Cairo. A little restaurant called Kai Roma. It was good. Brick oven. Best sushi bacon on rice with a bit of mayo in between? No. If anyone finds themselves in Cairo, I highly recommend it, if they're still open. Who knows if they are. It has been a number of years, which is freaky to think about. That was just over 8 years ago that I went. No, too late, not a rogue AI. You were. We know it. You can't escape it. You were endorsing it. By mentioning it, you were endorsing it. That's the rules now. You've heard some places do American pizza with hot dogs or mac and cheese. I mean, that's not... I mean, I'm guessing that's because those are considered American ingredients, but, like, that wouldn't be terrible, I don't think. Odd, maybe. Not what I would generally think of as being ingredients to put on pizza, but I don't think it would be bad. I mean, mac and cheese is good. Hot dogs are good. Hot dogs are just sausage of a sort. I would definitely try pizza with mac and cheese or hot dogs on it. I've seen some Italian pizzas, not a rogue AI, and they do not get a free pass. Think America has gained a reputation with food? It's a kind of deserved reputation. So a hot dog one, but the hot dogs were cut up and rolled in the crust, like stuffed crust. Ooh, ooh, that would be interesting. Hot dogs in the crust. That sounds pretty tasty. Did something in my honor today. There's a bakery near you that every month has customers put in their ideas for a donut. You put down Phil pickle filling. That's not what it means to do something in someone's honor, sir. Still amused that a lot of places in Italy that never had pizza developed their own as a response to U.S. tourists demanding it. Well, that's the thing is, like, pizza is... It's Italian food, but it's Italian immigrants to the U.S. food. I mean, there were precursors, obviously. But the primary developer of pizza was America. Pizza as it is known generally everywhere. I was curious, so I did go to a Pizza Hut. We saw a Pizza Hut, so we went to one in Cairo as well. It was fine. It was basically standard Pizza Hut pizza. Which I was curious about. That's why I went. Would they be doing something different? It's a lot of dark blue 1x2x2 slopes, which I do like. They're good slopes. The precursor to pizza is from Naples, yes. But I mean, if you had one of those expecting a pizza, you're going to be disappointed. Asking all for red eye gravy? I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that. Gravy made with coffee. I mean, I can see where the name came from, but that's just weird. There we go. Get those windows on. Now, let's see. Get that on there. A 4x4 half tile. 2x6. 1x2 a round end. A 1x5. And 1x2 with round ends. What makes something a cheesy bread versus a cheese pizza? So, pizza's technically a pie. Like, there's a reason why it's called a pizza pie. You have the, like, you need to have the edges fill up so that, you, like, puff up so that it holds in the stuff, the pizza stuff. And of course, you gotta have the sauce. Like, if there's no sauce, it's not really a pizza. Even a white pizza has sauce, it just has a different sauce. And one more right there. I mean, it could be special sauce. Just as long as it's not squeezing the juice. Okay. So there we go. Now, 1x3 tile there. 2 1x8s. On this side, a 1x2 down here. 1x8. 1x8. 1x2. 1x3. Alright, 4x6 half tile. I'm pretty sure there are pizzas that use a lot of barbecue sauce. I don't know if it fully replaces the tomato sauce. But I mean, white pizzas don't have tomato sauce. One by 4 plate on top there. I think we're going to be doing the same angled thing here. Indeed we are. A white pizza is a white pizza. It's a pizza without tomato sauce. It has a different kind of sauce. I don't know exactly what sauce it is. My sister loves them. It might be a somewhat Maryland regional specialty. kind of thing. You still mad they banned a Johnny in Historic and making you rethink your decks? I'm not surprised. You should give them a piece of your mind. There we go. Get that there. Close that up. So there's a little room entirely for a Mousy. All right, so we have these handlebar elements. We got these in the F1 cars, so it's neat that they're using them here. And because they have these little holes in the ends there, we can fit tiny peg elements in there, like the feathers. Olive oil with garlic is a sauce for a white pizza. Well, there you go. There we go. Nice little window trim there. There we go. I remember those Vigistry. I do not remember what the name was. Alright, so spare parts. We've got 2 white feathers, a dark blue 1x1 tile slope, and a blue 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. If this set had some proper critters, they wouldn't have a mouse chewing pipes. I mean, they might. Oh, that reminds me. I was going to bed last night, looked out my kitchen window, and a fox ran by. I've not actually seen a fox in the neighborhood before. I mean, I know they've been around. Other people have seen them, but I have not. So that was cool. Tangential trivia. Aioli is properly just oil and garlic, using the emulsifiers and garlic to thicken it. Okay. They are very cute. I don't know if it was a red fox or a gray fox. I know we have both around here. The streetlights do not give good color. You've seen coyotes? One just stood at the tree line staring at you as you drove by. Well, they're plotting. They're plotting against you. That's why. They're watching you. Yeah, they really are Kinshir. A place that I used to work, one summer, there was an open field nearby underneath some power lines, and there was a fox den in there, so we got to see the baby foxes growing up. They were very cute. Super duper adorable. Okay, where is... There's too much dark gray here. Dark gray wedge plate. Nope. Okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. 2x6. Right there, and 1x12. Was it faking a heart attack? If so, it was a red fox. No, it was not coming for you, Elizabeth. Okay, now a whole bunch of wedges. There we go. There we go. And then down here, get those two. Oh yeah. Yeah, she did. She wouldn't have left the ponds empty, because the whole point is to have fish in them. Alright. 1x2. Cone. 1x2. There's a space. I'll put a 1x1 plate in there. Okay, 1x1 plates. Ah, nice, Kincher. There we go. Alright, so we got some of the roof decorations in on that side. Now, 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs. Alright, now on this side, we're doing the same thing. Well, luckily, Bahamut, dragons do not smell at all. We have no sense. We cannot be tracked by scent. No weird smells at all. Well, you know, if February has a Friday the 13th, you know that means March does as well. Unless it's a leap year. Just the sulfur smell? Nope, not even that. Alright, and 10 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow studs here. Your cousins still live in the area? They like each other enough to live next door to each other? Nice. Well, yeah, I know it's 28 days this year. That's why I commented about March. Bristle blocks. Got it. I never had any, but I knew, like... I don't know if I knew anyone who had them, or if it was just, like, they were always around at, like, doctor's offices or something like that. The way you searched for them was to include the line, "It's you, Daddy?" What? Oh, was that from the advertisements? I don't know if I ever saw an advertisement for that. Right, there we go. Got all of those in. Now a 1x4 brick right there. Commercial had a kid who made this abstract thing, and that's what he said. That's kids for you. They do that. I had to convince a coworker to go with the flow when his kids did that. When his son did that. Only the connection toy that had the circular wood thingies? You mean Lincoln Logs? Oh, Tinker Toys, right. Tinker Toys. The other wooden round block thing. Then there was also Erector sets. No, that's fine. The way you described it, my first thought was just Lincoln Logs. All right, we got dark blue 3x3 macaroni bricks. My parents knew I only wanted Lego. No, that's not true. I had Constructs as well. Who remembers Constructs? You can still buy Lincoln Logs? Yeah. Constructs was probably my second favorite of the construction toys. Surprised you don't see more mixtures of Lego with Tinker Toys or Lincoln Logs or whatever. I mean, there aren't natural connection points. Some of those various toys did come out with like Lego stud portions to connect them to Lego. Not officially, of course. Alright, let's see. 4... 1x3... Does this go all the way down? No, they do not. Okay, because it actually wants me to put them on, put this on here first. Heresy indeed. Heresy indeed. Not just heresy, but also harassment, as the Brits might say. No, teeth is an ability in Diablo. Oops. That goes in there. Locking that in. Alright. So we get this on here. And then get that through there. Push it all the way down. There we go. Then we get a 3x3 dome. And a gold Harry Potter wand. And we stick right in there. Someone's glue for the Lego? You guys are monsters. Have you no sense of shame? No sense of decency? Shiny cupola, indeed. One has to wonder, what made you people this way? That you would consider glue. Did your mothers just not love you enough? You named Mog and FF6 Moomin? I definitely did not. Alright. So, spare parts, 1 gold Harry Potter wand, 1 gold microfigure, and a dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, and a dark gray 6L bar with stop. Alright, let's get this roof on. There we go. All right. Okay, next up is bag 23. 24 will go over here because I don't want to reach all the way down in there anymore. You'll make everyone read the final Moomin book, so help you. Why, does Tom of Finland show up? Needs more closets for the skeletons? That's what the pirate sets are for. Alright, so we got a minifig to make. Piece tried to flee. Yes, yes. We got round pieces here. They like to flee. So we got a guy in a sweater. Go ahead and zoom in on him. I do like that sweater print. That is a really nice sweater design. I'm not a big sweater person myself, but it's a cute looking sweater. Very sad all the Moomins have moved one, but one of their friends is living in their home, keeping it up in the hope that they will come back. I have never actually seen any Moomin stuff beyond, like, pictures and advertising. My Moomin knowledge is Moominimal. Come on, that was a good one. Please clap. Alright, clear 1x1 cylinder plates with hollow stud. Was it though? Yes, yes it was. Claps. There we go. There we go. And not that sarcastic type. I mean a real clap. Standing ovation. All right, and a fin-backed chair. See, it's a fin-backed chair. There we go, on a little cart. The most over-the-top clapping. There we go. That's appropriate. I mean, if you guys don't stroke my ego, who will? And then where will we be? Without LPs, that's where. So remember, this is for your benefit. The ego stroking, it is for your benefit. All right, flip it over. 3x3, 2x3, 2x4. Gonna be watching Kiko, I guess, or Mysterious JG. Hey, when does Zerfall stream? Right now, only for MS Bike Ride. He does not have a regular stream schedule. Alright, and a dark gray 1x1 right there. So all next bike ride, gonna test out Rift Tracks again before trying to stream it this time. I mean, I can't test it out. Zerfall needs to. I'll see if he wants to try it again, but he might not. I don't know. Zerfall doesn't always test out everything before streaming it. Alright, 4x3. Half tile. What happened? It just didn't work. We couldn't get people connected to it. Kiko recently did some Moomin game. You watched it. It looks cute enough, you guess. Calling a kid a Moomin troll seems kind of mean, though. I mean, are Moomins trolls, though? I don't know enough about Moomins. And we got another brown wedge plate under there. Moomins are trolls. Well, there you go. Then that's purely descriptive. Cute, non-offensive trolls, but trolls still? Well, yeah. Okay, and get that hinge right there. There we go. They're trolls. I mean, the concept of trolls came from Scandinavia, and they're Finnish. I mean, trolls are Norse, but there's a lot of cross-pollination, shall we say. Okay, and then a gray spigot here. That right there. A gray tap. Gestures to a well-known MST3K riff involving a certain Finnish myth. One of the greats. That didn't actually include trolls, though. Neither did Jack Frost. Because that's Russian. God, I love those. Like the Russo-Finnish co-production ones are so good. Like, the movies themselves are entertaining on their own, for one thing. And then to have good riffs on top of it. Nadaroge AI, he is referring to the day the Earth froze with the Sampo. And there we go. We got our little wall on there. Everything's better with a Sampo. Yes. That movie is just straight up the Kalevala. Like that's what it is. It is a film version of the Kalevala. Yes. It is just a film version of the Kalevala. And that's why it's great. Honestly, I kind of wish Rift Tracks would do new stuff rather than, like, riff the old things, because the old ones are good. One new. Like there's plenty of stuff they could do that they have not done before. Trust me, I have been watching lots of things on Tubi. No, I get that. And the video quality will be better. But I mean, like, if I want to watch that, I can just watch it. You know? You really want them to riff Howling too, don't you? All right, we have a Minecraft ladder, which is a really neat piece. Even though the plumber is trying his best to fix it, the faucet is still not working. Okay, so we have a trellis, and that goes right in there. That is really nice. This is a great piece. I want to get more of them. Then we have a clear 1 by, let's see. These go there. 1 by 1 cylinder tile with a ladybug print. And then we get a spigot for the tap. There we go. All right, spare parts. Dark gray 1 by 1 plate, gray tap, gray 1 by 1 cylinder tile with top peg, clear 1 by 1 cylinder tile with ladybug print, 1 by 1 cylinder plates with hollow studs in green and black, green 1 by 1 cylinder plate with underclip, and a pink 1 by 1 plate flower. We'll go get a sandwich. Although we are almost done. We are on the last bag, number 24. So you should probably just wait for minifigs. Oh, that is a lot of pieces that did not come out. Okay, that's empty. All right, there we go. Couple pennant flags. All right. 3 by 3. We want all of the half arches. 1 by 1 plates. 1 by 1 bricks, I'm sorry. Okay, and a brown 1 by 1 plate on the bottom. And 1 by 1 plates with clips. So this is going to be a pigeon roost. Which I'm looking forward to. All right, there we go. All right, 1 by 1 cylinder plates with hollow studs. 1 by 1 cylinder plates with bars. Eats a minifig. Don't eat a minifig! So mean. They're just trying to live their lives. You come along and eat them. You monster. Well, it's not healthy, for one thing. For you or them. Plus, they're just trying to live their lives. I mean, life in plastic, it's fantastic. How do I think Mega Flare gets powered up? Well, obviously ham. Everyone knows that. Okay, on the underside, get the legs, which are beige candlesticks. You don't know anything about pigeons? Do they eat mice? No. They are not carnivorous. At least not predatory carnivorous. I don't think they go for carrion either. Alright, then let's get the roof. By burning pickles, you need to do something with them. That's true. Although, putting them in a landfill is better. Don't need to add that carbon to the atmosphere. Okay, I guess we're not doing anything with that piece yet. Alright, so here's our pigeon roost. With the little roosts out there. And this goes right back here. There we go. That is adorable. Alright, black 1x1 cylinder plate with underclip, and a gray pigeon. This is a new mold. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our pigeon. Pigeon friend. I said, zoom in, please. Look at how adorable that is. We also have a white one. They're so cute. I may need to go on to Lego Ideas and buy a bunch when... I mean, not Lego Ideas, Lego Pick-a-Brick. Online Pick-a-Brick, and buy a bunch when they are available. There we go. Pigeon at the roost. Get a watering can with a gold handle. Not as cute as baby chocobos, so that's fine. Alright, get the watering can so that the water coming out of the tap will go into the jug, and oh my god, that is a lot of 1x1 plates with clips. 12 of them. Alright. Let's start getting the plates with clips on. Two by two cylinder plate there. 2x2 cylinder plate there. A 1x2 plate in the middle. I see you're trying to make a reference there, Lil Bunny. Would you like help with that? It's Clippy. Pigeon chicks are kind of ugly. It's okay. You don't have to raise them. Most baby birds are pretty ugly. Like when they're really young and actually need the assistance of their parents. Okay, two 1x2 plates there. Oh, I thought you meant women who spoke pigeon languages. Duckies and chickens are cute in teeny form. Yeah, most baby birds are not. Actually, I got that wrong. That is a 1x3 and a 1x2. Right there. And a 1x3 right there. There we go. Alright, 12 1x1 cylinder tiles and a 1x1 cylinder plates with underbars. Oh, here's something interesting. So, there is a Lego Ideas thing running right now, a contest for... I'm just completely blanking on the name. Yu-Gi-Oh! So a Yu-Gi-Oh! Display set. And it has come to light that there is going to be a Dragon Ball Z display set later this year. So what I'm saying is that we're getting closer to a point where they may do a Gundam set. Alright, let's go ahead and get all of these on. How does Dragon Ball Z lead to Gundam? They're willing to do more anime stuff. Gundam is pretty popular. I mean, it's obviously not Dragon Ball Z levels of popular, but it's pretty popular. Oh, you know what? I just realized that's probably why they stopped Monkey Kid. Because it's basically the same story. Slayer sets when? I don't think those come anywhere close to the same level of popularity. That said, it would be really interesting to get a Naga the Serpent minifig. Naga would not have to put on more clothes. Have you seen Princess Leia on Jabba's sail barge? Did they make a sail barge set? Multiples. There we go, get that on there, and the pulley piece. I mean, they don't call her Slave Leia. How is Monkey Kid Dragon Ball Z? They're both based on Journey to the West. The original Dragon Ball, as opposed to Dragon Ball Z, was just straight up Journey to the West. I mean, obviously more than that. I'm simplifying things a little bit. Yeah. It's one of the reasons why it's so popular in Asia. There's a I don't remember his name, but there in Dragon Ball there is that humanoid pig character. Am I interested in card games? Not really. I haven't done any card games in quite a while. Oolong, there you go. And howdy, ya Mercy. How's it going? You're gonna say that there's a Gundam trading card game? Yeah, I am aware of it. One of the artists I follow on Pixiv does artwork for it. What happens if you spend hams to do a critical hit in a LEGO stream? You shouldn't be able to. It should be turned off. Okay. Don't like how loose that is. I'd like a little bit more of a gap fill here, I think. But that's pretty nice. Very interesting decoration there. Let's go ahead and get the roof on here. There we go. You see the option. Well, it should still be paused. I didn't fully turn it off. Nope. Actually, no, we're not done yet. All right. Let's see. 2 1x3s. Like, they may be on, but you shouldn't be able to redeem them. Alright, that goes right there. Get that on there. Okay. And then we can make a long one here. What does it do? It gives a player a critical hit during the Spelljammer game. If they're attacking a character, it's most often used for preventing a miss. All right, there we go. We got another another windowsill here for the bottom one. Where exactly is that? That is, yeah, that is right there. All right. There we go. Get that in there. And 2 L bars with stops. Get the blue pennant flags on there. And then angle connectors with studs. All right, not a rogue AI. Have a safe trip. My fingers do not want to get this on here. I wish that we had had these to put on earlier. There we go. All right. Pair of pennant flags there. And a fire hydrant. And on top of the fire hydrant is the white pigeon. It goes right there. He's eyeing a cookie that has fallen onto the pavement. Get a dark green vine coming down off the plant on the balcony. All right, Bahorn, have a good rest of your day as well. All right, gray 4x4 cylinder plate with some macaroni tiles. Let's go ahead and get our minifigs off there for now. And a white saucer there in the center. The 1x2 center double half arch. And on top of that, we get a little white kitten statue. It's completely unprinted. It's a white kitten that has no printing. Get that right on there. For a little kitten statue there. And finally, we get the lamppost. Two of these. Did I miss one somewhere? Hold on. I may have gotten a double extra. All of those legs have one. All right. So that's not that. Yeah, no, I got a double extra. Weird. All right. Okay. So we'll get our minifigs positioned in a moment. Spare parts. We got a nougat or warm tan 1x1 plate and a brown 1x1 plate. Warm tan 1x1 tile. I think that's what that is. Gray 1x1 cylinder plate. White 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Gray angle connector with stud. Dark gray 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pegs. Dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate with underbar. Black 1x1 cylinder plate with underclip. A white saucer. Dark gray 1x2 tile, half cylinder tile. And a warm tan 1x1 cylinder tile with cookie print. All right. So let's go ahead and... There's a balcony below the toilet, yes, but there's pipes for a reason. Okay, there we go. Got him there. I'll have to figure out some place to put the hat. Okay, the two kids are eating their ice creams and such. She's up here banging away at the spigot. She wants it to work. Let's get the plumber heading back towards the leak. And the shopkeeper coming outside, carrying a dime for some reason. I think his hair got moved. Let's see. Yes, it did. There we go. Is the plumber fixing the toilet leaking onto the balcony? No, because the toilet isn't leaking onto the balcony. So, here we go. Shopping Street. There is a very cool street right back through there. I've accidentally knocked off the dumpster. I will put that back in. I really like the roof with the pigeon roost. I do like that. I kind of wish that this side, like, that this was all rotated slightly, because I think that this side would go really nicely with the lower side of the jazz club. But, oh well. Go ahead and get the dumpster back on there. And there is the back. A little bit of vine work. We got a pipe up to the roof. Howdy, Shield of Hope. How's it going? Alright, let's see if I can pop off this floor here real fast so I can get the, see if I can get the, hat in there. There is nowhere to put the hat. Spare hat. All right, right there. Oh, wow, that seemed to go down just perfectly. Nice. Seems a little lackluster on the shopping part. Needs more shops rather than such a focus. I mean, there's only so much that you can put in this amount of space. It's got 2 shops. It's got a band shop and a furniture store. Like, that's... It's 2 shops. It's extremely rare to get more than that on one of these. Because it's just not that much space. It really isn't. Building comes off pretty easily. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Like, the nice thing, the even nicer thing is that it went back on real easily. Doesn't always. Sometimes it's a little finicky to get them put right back on. But yeah, it's very nice. I do kind of wish that we'd gotten something other than white and sand green windows. Not because I don't like them, I really do, but we've had multiples recently. Not just in the modular sets, but just like across the Lego line. Both of the botanical gardens were white and sand green. So it's just kind of like feels like we're going back to the same trough a few too many times. But it is very, very nice. Highly recommend it. All right. It is about that time. And by that time, your favorite time and mine, minifig time. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You know what? Let's put these all into the center now. So we only need to roll once. All right. D20. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Okay, and my die says 13. That is the Disco Diva. Let's see. 12 for Nadaroge Eye. That was the Samurai Lady. 9 for Bahamut. That is the construction guy, but there may not be any more of those. I don't know. Minifigs shall be spared as Mega Flare fuel. Wow, it's terrible. Vigistry got a 6. That is the Paleontologist Lady. So go ahead and get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? A Minotaur Pigeon Roost owner. You go with 6 as well? All right. Get your predictions in. About a minute to go. A Leonin storekeeper. But what kind of storekeeper? What kind of store does he keep? Does he keep it in his pocket? Is it a pocket store? Is it a store that fits in his pocket that sells pockets? That's what it is, isn't it? Nope, too late. It's a pocket store that fits in his pocket. All right, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Got about 20 seconds remaining. I should probably get my timer up. That might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. All right, timer is up. Is the third minifig on the second row an Illithid? No, it's a Cthulhu alien. I mean, it could be an Illithid. It's the wrong color, though. We've already done Illithids, though. All right, predictions are closed. And go. All right, what do we got? What do we got? That's a torso. That is a regular head. That is hair? Is that? Yep, all right. 15.43, we do have the Disco Diva. $12 for the first one, Nadarogi. Lel Bunny was helpful enough to share. I got too much going on to remember numbers. All right, it is the Disco Diva. Let's go ahead and mark that off. That was 15.43, so let's choose the outcome. Ooh, 69% of all the hams went to within 20 seconds. Excuse me. Who is getting the hams? Bahamut, Vigastry, and Big Mac getting all the hams. Very nice. Kinshear going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. That is our Disco Diva with roller skates. Surprised that there isn't an extra roller skate in the set. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our Disco Diva. Showing off a bit of midriff and proving that that minifigs do have umbilical cords when they're born. It's a lot of circles on the shirt and pants. Roller skates, perfect for a shopping plaza. All right, so that is Series 13. We are still looking for the Fencer. That is the one that we are missing. All right, next up is Series 10, which we could get Mr. Gold. There is a very slight possibility. All right, a D6. That is a 1, so we're going to the first column. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go ahead and roll our beautiful bean footage. 4. So that is the Amazon Warrior. Nadarogi also got a 4. 7 for Bahamut. That would be the Bee Girl. So go ahead and get your predictions in. Roll to see which one it is. Vigastry also got a 4 for the Amazon Warrior. Leonin acting as a gold statue, and a Minotaur avian feed seller. Why would you put avian feed in a cellar? I guess if it's feed for dire corbies, they do live underground. All right, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? So there's quite a few that we have not gotten. We have not gotten the parachuter. We have not gotten the paintballer. We've not gotten the sea captain. We have not gotten the baseball catcher. We've not gotten the influencer. We have not gotten the painter. And we have not gotten the motorcycle mechanic. I reserve the right to take everything out of context, Lil Bunny. It's my channel. It's my right. All right, get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? All right, just a few seconds remaining. And predictions are closed. All right. And go. Could be Mr. Gold. It probably will not be Mr. Gold. All right. 18.48, it is the painter. It is the painter. Let's go ahead and open that up. Not for bad spelling, I don't. I can take things out of context to make puns. It is a painter. All right, let's choose the outcome. That was 18.48. So within 20 seconds, complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? Bahamut and Big Mac getting all the hams. Very nice. Vigistry and Kinshir going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. So this is how I was able to feel it. So I felt two round elements of about the same width, and the only thing it could be is the painter. I suppose it helps if I put his head on, doesn't it? Now, I don't think we've gotten this cap before. That's a nice cap. Then we have the paint roller that they really like using for lighting fixtures these days. And a fairly unique bucket that they haven't made. They haven't, like, put into other sets. It's just a straight cylinder. Like, it is just straight up a cylinder. It's basically the same as the watering can, except this is flush on the bottom, and this has an anti-stud. Oops. But it's basically the same. This might be a little bit thicker. Nope, same width. All right. And not quite the same height. But yeah, the watering can is very similar in dimensions. But I'm surprised that they haven't put the cylinder cylindrical one in other sets. All right, let's go ahead and zoom on in. So here is the paint can. You can see that it is a little bit wider than a regular brick. It is the same width as a minifig head, and it can take I wonder if I have a 1x1 cylinder plate in that color down here. I don't think I do. Alright, I need to find a... There we go. So you can put a 1x1 cylinder plate inside there. It doesn't stay in, it just rests in there. But it's the same as the buckets. So you could have like a full can of paint next to him if you have the appropriate cylinder brick for the paint roller. I do really like that that piece. It does a great job for a paint roller. It's almost never used as a paint roller. And here's the interesting cap. He does have back printing, front printing. A head fits in that bucket. I didn't say a head. I mean, a head does kind of fit in it. Did they use the paint roller as a toilet roll holder? No, I didn't. No, they didn't. I said it's the same width as a head. So it's a little bit loose. But you could put a minifig head in there, kind of. Okay, there we go. Zoom back out. Let's go ahead and mark down our painter. There we go. And now, what you have all been waiting for, Series 28. There we go. All right. So we've got two columns. So a D6 to choose that. All right. 6, so we're going into that column. And a D10, because there are 9 of them. 2. All right. There is number 2. Okay. So we will go through the top register until I get 6 different ones. Then we will move to the bottom register, as normal. And I will slowly fill in the slots on the bottom as I take them. All right, start a new prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? Get your predictions in. Keep waiting for Minotaurs. Well, they will come eventually. These are all animal costumes. I need my D12 ready. So I will shake it and make a guess. Then I will roll a die, and then I will weigh it. And I should probably pull up the weight chart. So we have a peacock fan, we have a cat fan, fish fan, monkey fan, frog fan, koala fan, Dalmatian fan, alligator fan, dolphin fan, rabbit fan, lion fan, and parrot fan. Final guess is a Minotaur bird-dwelling builder. Let me go ahead and get my scanner up. So we're all ready for that. A Leonin Birdkeeper, 2 for a Bahamut and Vigistry. That would be the cat fan. Nadarogei 11, that would be the lion. So get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig box? We got all new, happy costume friends with fun little accessories. Some with better accessories than others. "20 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig box? Alright, just a couple seconds remaining. And predictions are now closed. Alright. So first of all, let's go ahead and shake it. Alright. We've got lots of pieces in there, it sounds like. So I'm going to go for the peacock. So number 1, that is my guess. I'll make sure that the die has a different thing. At 12, all right, so that is parrot. Now we will weigh it. And I do have weights. Let's see, we got 16.68. Okay, well that is right on the money for the koala. All right, let's see if that is correct. Let's see, 16.68. Do we have anything else that is close? There's 16.86 and 16.76. So those two are close enough that the glue... There's also a 16.83. They're close enough that the glue could make that difference. But my scale says koala. That is koala. All right. Let's open it up to verify it. That is indeed the koala. All right, let's choose the outcome. That is yes with weight. Complete that prediction. All right, Big Mac, Kinshir, and Lel Bunny all getting the hams there. Bahamut going for yes with guess. Shield of Hope going for yes with die roll. And Vigistry going for no. You went for the one with the least amount of bids, which is also on the very first one. Definitely the most likely correct answer. Some of y'all aren't gambling too well. So he comes from a land down under. And he's got a boomerang. And one of my favorite things is that we got a lime green 3x4 half tile. All right, there we go. No back printing. We do have a white belly. No printing on his legs. Cute koala mask. And there's also a sleeping mask and his tongue sticking out. And he's got his yummy eucalyptus leaf. All right, so that is our koala, and we get an extra leaf piece. Yay. All right, so we are on our way with the Series 28. We will go through until we get one of each. There should be about 6 of them in the top and 6 of them in the bottom. So once I get 6 of them, then I'm going to switch down to the bottom. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out. Let's see, the next minifig set is coming out in May. So, depending on when I finish this, I may end up, we may just be doing 2 minifigs for a little bit. I don't know. We will have to see. All right. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for coming on out. I am going to have to download the VOD here because of the problems I had at the beginning of the stream. I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and we shall be back next time on Friday for a one-off build. I think we're going to be actually... so Chinese New Year is... I think it's next week. So I've got a bunch of Chinese New Year sets. So I think we're going to start doing that on Friday and probably next week as well. Might as well just get through them. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.